Hello everyone, I am Charul from Mobility and Optimization Lab in IIIT Delhi, and I'll be presenting our work on scalable spatiotemporal measurements and analysis of air pollution data using vehicle-mounted sensors. Uh, so the central theme of this work is answering the following questions: that how can we develop a dense spatiotemporal map of the air quality in a city using few monitors? Does building a network of mobile monitors help in creating a dense air quality map? Can we substitute the static sensors to moving sensors to obtain better spatial coverage and in turn save cost? So there has been a recent work on moving sensor data collection. There's a trade-off between the static sensing and the drive-by sensing, which is the moving sensing data collection. So to increase the spatial coverage in the static sensor, we need to install more sensor. That's the drawback. However, if we install the sensor on the vehicle, then the spatial coverage will increase. But the drawback is that we'll get more missing data, or the data is gonna be sparse. So our aim is to estimate those missing data and provide a dense air quality map using few sensors. Also, building a anytime, anywhere map of the air quality in a city is critical in mitigation of pollution. And once we get this AQI data, we can figure out the hotspot and prepare strategies for fighting this pollution. Um, so we are still in the process of collecting the moving sensor data. So we did our experiment on the static sensor data, which is the China air quality data and the Delhi air quality data. So we'll be validating the hypothesis that if we have this missing entries because of the moving sensor data collection, can we estimate these entries, these missing entries with minimum error? Also, we call this as the spatiotemporal data because we have these available for these specific locations and like for different timestamps. Uh, so, um, so we represent this data in the form of a matrix where one axis represent the location and the other axis represent the time. Since we're using the moving sensor, they're gonna be missing entries, and the number of missing entries depends on the number of sensors. So right now we did our experiment on PM 2.5 data with random missing entries. Um, so we try to fill those missing entries using using our framework. So the contribution of our work is that this air quality data exhibits both spatial and temporal correlation, and thereby there is a low rank structure in the data. The second thing is that we do not need the static monitors at all the time in all the location. One can move these monitors to sample at other location. But the drawback is that we're going to observe the missing entries. And the actual number of these sensors needed is just a fraction of the total number of the locations for which we want to sample. Also, generating the spatiotemporal map by estimating these missing entries based on whatever data we observed using the moving sensor data collection is what we want to achieve with our method. Um, so this AQI data also contains outliers because of smoke, sensor malfunctioning, and other problems. So one thing is that the location of these outliers are not known. But the one other thing is that these outliers are going to affect the estimation of missing data. So therefore, we should have a framework that is robust to handle these outliers. Okay, so this is our framework, which is the real-time spatio-temporal prediction with the missing data. So as I said, that this AQI matrix can be a low rank matrix. So this is a wonderful paper which proves that the big data matrices in transportation, bioinformatics, computer vision can be approximated as low rank matrices. Further, the traffic and the AQI data exhibits the low rank structure because of the spatio-temporal correlation in the data. So okay, let me define the specifics of our problem. So the first is that the column arrives sequentially with time online. So if we have a time sampling of 15 minutes, so after every 15 minutes, we're gonna receive a AQI data for all the locations with some of the sampled entries and the rest of the missing entries. The column varies slowly with time, that is the data at t and t+1 are not gonna vary much. Also, as the data is low rank, but the rank is not known to us. The other thing is the ground truth is not known for the missing data. If we are thinking of any other framework for training, so then we have to consider the point that that won't be known to us, since like if we're using the static sensor data, so that in that case the ground truth would be known to us. But when we are doing the experiment with the moving sensor data collection, so in that case the ground truth won't be known to us, and the data contains outliers and may be noisy. So there has been work on the matrix completion methods for traffic data, bioinformatics, and vision data. However, the traditional matrix completion approaches do not model the temporal evolution in the data. Also, we want to run the algorithm in an online fashion, because we'll be running the algorithm in real time for each day and every time stamp, and providing this AQI data to all the people out there. And we don't want our algorithm to be depending on lot of parameter tuning. So we propose this variational Bayesian subspace filtering. So as you can see, this Y is the missing data, and we're going to factorize it in this A and B because of the low rank structure. And this B is going to follow this autoregressive model where this B tau is equal to J of P tau minus 1 plus noise to model the slowly varying criteria. So whatever data we observed, we try to infer the distribution of these A, B, these J's and other hyperparameters from the observed entries. Once we have this A and B, we just multiply it and recover our whole Y back. So this is our model. So the key idea of this method is that we want to create a probabilistic subspace model taking temporal variation into account. So we observe the sequential incomplete data, and we want to approximate the posterior distribution of the model parameters. And we want to estimate these model parameters using the EM algorithms. Okay, so we want to estimate these parameters given the data, and we can frame it like this, where we have the observations and the prior distribution on the parameter. However, this integral is difficult to solve, so the solution is variational Bayesian inference, where we approximate the complex distribution P of theta given by with the restricted family of distribution Q. And we find the best possible distribution Q by minimizing the distance between these two distributions using the KL divergence. So I've skipped the update equations for parameters and hyperparameters. So we'll be solving this in an iterative manner, where in one step we update the parameters, and in the other step we update the hyperparameters, that is the precision variables. So these are the some results on the air quality data. So we compare it with a few of the matrix completion methods that take into account the temporal evolution, and a few of the tensor completion methods. So the tensor completion method have an advantage that they model the previous day data as well. So that is the next work that we're gonna propose, where we're gonna use the previous day's subspace estimate to update the current subspace estimate. And we have some initial findings where we prove that with even 15 to 20% of the samples also we achieve a reasonable accuracy. So this is the percentage of sampled data. Also, one thing that we observe, so this is the heat map for the air quality data. So we sampled some of the data, and then from this, we estimate all the data using our framework. So one thing is that this is the outlier. So if we have an outlier, so that's going to affect the estimation process. So next, we add this robust framework where we model this data into this low rank and a sparse matrix, which is E. So, and again, this is the autoregressive model. So we try to do some experiments with this. So this is the actual data. We sampled this actual data. We add some outliers in this. And then we estimate it using our robust framework. This is the estimated data. And we recover this outliers and the locations of the outliers as well, which is this matrix E. This is for a particular timestamp, but if we just write it in the whole matrix, so this is a matrix. Uh, so, uh, so this is some of the initial work in providing the dense air quality map in a city. Um, so we say that this moving monitoring paradigm can be a good candidate to obtain dense air quality maps. But the drawback is that we're gonna have, missing data or sparse data. But we show that the missing air quality data can be estimated by exploiting the structure of air quality data. So for the future work, we want to explore the best moving sensor strategy, like what is the best strategy for sampling, which routes we should sample, and how can we sample, all the locations for providing this dense air quality map. The other thing is that that we are trying to experiment with the low cost monitors, but and these low cost monitors needs to be calibrated on the go. So can we put a mixture of accurate and low cost sensors, where the calibration is also possible. And there are other question is that what is the best accuracy for this framework? Is there a bound in the measurement error? What cost can be saved with such a setup? And how do we localize the cause of pollution using such a setup? So all these are the future research direction of our work. So I think that's all. Thank you all for attending this presentation.